Hey guys, I'm back with a quick update video here. So it's been a long time since I've last posted. I don't even know what the last video was about, but so I'll start off with the bone stocks. Me and my brother ran the bone stock Loop City team show this year. My brother took his team to third place, and what took them out was, we think they're either the tranny's broken or something inside the tranny broke, because no gears anymore. Also, I got our team to first place. Me and my brother were on separate teams this year, and this is how the cars look afterwards. They were getting mad that me and my brother weren't hitting each other, so brother hit me there and it collapsed my passenger rear door in, and I hit him there, which crushed his roof down. But this is the motor that I ran in the red and black LTD and in my Loop City car last year. Literally changed nothing, just put a new tranny behind it because I broke the one last year. And I put in a heavier cage than I had last year, because last year my cage and everything shifted over and it messed up my steering and all that stuff, but got that in there. This year we allowed uprights off our tank protectors due to how close the sheet metal and cars got to our gas tanks last year. A prime example would be my brother's. I think it's actually, he doesn't have any uprights, and see, yep, it's there. The sheet metal and stuff is coming pretty far. So I think we're gonna fix these two cars, and I think we're gonna add uprights off of it to help keep the sheet metal and stuff from getting into the gas tank, because, you know, safety first. But yeah, that's mine. Still runs and drives. I lost power steering the last head-on I did. I'm assuming my power steering line got into the fan because it cut it, and now there's no power steering, and I think something's wrong with my tie rods or center link or something in there. I ran this GM in Plat Center this year. I threw it together. It was built back in 2014. I added onto the tank protector because there was none, and the rear frame on this car was junk from the start. It was dumping and blew the humps and blew in front of the humps. So I kind of just folded it up, got it out of the way, and 9-wired it up. And so I put a tank protector in it to kind of prevent, you know, this from getting any worse. And I did have a car parked up on the back of me, but I mean, it didn't fold too bad. Before I fix this car, so I'm pulling it apart because I didn't put reinforced trailing arms under it, and the uppers are like non-existent right now. So I'm pulling it apart. I need parts out of this for other cars. So the next time I put it together, I'll put like reinforced control arms under it and all that stuff. But I also need to fix this door, because as you can see, and the rear end's shifted, but the door goes out here and it's all the way in there. It's probably over a good 2 foot at least. Like, I mean, it's in there. So next time I run it, I'll probably run bars from the back of my door bars to the back of the tank protector to try and prevent that a little more, because that's, I mean, obviously that's getting a little close for comfort. I can't really show you guys the frame on this because there's time and, you know, the good old secrets that people put into them. But it pushed back probably, I think we measured a 1/2 inch is all. And I ended up getting Mad Dog the bumper sat too low, so I got cleared. It shoved the radiator in, and then I got pushed over the wall a second time, which I just called it quits then because the cradle I had and my steering shaft were hitting. And so next time I put it together, I'm going to have a different cradle or a different steering shaft. And then I think it'll be good. I'm going to do a lot of A-arm work the next time I run this car, so the bumper sits a lot higher than it does, because that was the issue where I was running. Everybody was clearing me. But 2 weekends before the show, I added the point to make it into a Chrysler replica. This was the flat bumper that I ran on my Lincoln and that red and black LTD. So I added the square tubing. I made some templates and just kind of rigged it up. Every measurement is perfect for a Chrysler pointy from end to end. It's got the bevel, the face is slanted, you know, all the goodies. But it's only 1/4 inch tube, and then there's a 3/8 plate in the point of it, which this bumper did help me a lot. I destroyed somebody's tire pretty good, and I mean, it prevented me from getting cleared and other stuff from hitting my radiator quite well. So I mean, it was worth it. The passenger side really didn't take too much damage from what it was, I guess. That's the passenger rear door on my Loop City car. We'll have to probably try and pull the rear end down a little bit, maybe on his car. But I think the roof makes it look a lot worse than it actually is. I think it's actually folding pretty well, but the roof makes it look like the whole back of the car is dumping in front of the humps, which it's not that bad. And that's the cradle off my one. I'll show you guys an engine that every one of you should know if you've ever watched my channel. It's the good old 355. This one is the engine that started it all for me. I've been running it since day one in the trucks when we started. And then when I built that car there, it was in it. I ran St. Paul, and I either hydro-locked it or I just locked it up. Regardless, it wouldn't turn over. I got it so hot it quit steaming. Some of the plugs, it started pushing the spark plugs out. I don't know if it was because the aluminum heads are so hot or what, but every spark plug is rusty, as you can see. And the threads are messed up in the head, which, I mean, I suppose you could helicoil, or maybe they just need cleaned up a little bit. I'm not sure. But they still threaded. They were just pretty tight for spark plugs anyways. But yeah, so I pulled this out, and I pulled the engine out of that one, which is my stroker. The stroker that was in the Dodge Derby truck. We're always fighting a running issue with it, and since that engine, well, the engine's now in that car, but the engine is running about 13/8-to-1 compression. So the high output coil in our standalone HEIs would not give out enough spark to keep it running, because these are the distributors we have. Our engine machinist spins them and weights them and all that good stuff. And so it should have good spark up to like 8,000 RPM, but it just wasn't enough to keep up with the cylinder pressure in that engine. So I got an MSD box, and well, it would die at low RPM. And I don't know if that's the MSD box or what it is, because before we put the MSD on, it was always fine. And then we put this old MSD 6AL box in there. I was running an 8,000 chip for the rev limiter, but I don't know, it just wouldn't rev up. So now I have a 6AL2 box that we're wiring up now. On the Lincoln, my brother's wiring it up for me, and I'm gonna help him fix his limited weld back there. But so hopefully it all runs perfect, because from the sounds of it, the next show I run, I'm gonna need it to run perfect, and it'll more than likely be the last run for the old Lincoln. The rear end's getting sat on it. I'm fixing the steering for like the 75th time. But, you know, the whole actual rear end housing alone is shifted, which I'm going to try and fix that, because you can see this tire sits pretty far in from the door compared to that one, which sticks out. So I'm going to try and somehow get the frame or the rear end shifted over, and it dog tracks because I've been hitting with that tire. I've hit with it a couple times in reverse. So I need to pull this rear end out and shift it that way somehow. But that's that. Gonna hopefully get it running tomorrow and then test drive it, I guess. And then next weekend we'll get my brother's LTD all fixed up. In St. Paul, he went head on with a GM there, and I think it didn't hit, his distributor didn't hit anything. It was just the shake from the hit alone broke the rotor in that distributor. So we'll get this one pulled down next weekend if everything goes to plan, and then get that one fixed, which I'm fixing steering right now. I just got to bend some tie rods back and whatnot. But we'll get these two ready to go for the final send-off. And then right after that, we're going to fix these two cars and go run Wayne, I believe, and try our luck out there. I ran there last year in my dad's car, and it was awesome. I love the track. It was big, fast-paced, exactly what I like. So we're gonna fix these two old caddies and go party out there. But other than that, I think that kind of sums everything up. I know I haven't been doing a lot of update videos, but it's been hard with work and, you know, life in general. So, plus, we can't show much on these cars. People are mad enough about them. And I can't show any secrets and what we do and blah, 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 even though probably everyone's seen it. And then this one, just whatever, it's just a junk old GM. But I guess that'll be it for today's video. So please like, subscribe, and comment down below what you want to see more of. Thanks.